Howdy y'all, this is Anna, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna do a different greeting each time apparently because I can't decide how to start a video. Today's video is all about what I decluttered in 2019. Now, just to preface this, I never did any kind of big declutters all at once. It was little by little. Because as much as I do find those big declutters of people like splitting their collection in half very satisfying, it kind of just makes consumerism justified in some people's eyes of like, oh, I got rid of this stuff, therefore I have more room to buy more stuff. And that kind of ruins the whole point. Decluttering is supposed to minimalize your collection to only the things that you really enjoy. But if you just get rid of things to get rid of things to clear out space so you can buy more things, then what's even the point? Anyways, I thought I'd show you each month what I decluttered, because I actually have a beauty tracker I've been doing for the past over a year and a half. I started April of 2018 tracking each month what I bought, what I used up, and what I decluttered. And I have other categories such as started, which I usually use like when do I start my mascaras or something that I want to know how long I used it, just because sometimes like freshness is helpful to know. I tend to forget to do it on a lot of things, but for mascaras, I do it all the time. But yeah, I do plan on doing that at the end of each month, telling you what I bought, what I used up, and did I use up more monetarily than I bought, which is the goal for this year. I actually did that last year on my own, so that was pretty fun. I really like it because it helps keep things in perspective. So I thought I'd let you guys know what I decluttered because I find it interesting. I will be putting pictures of the things I decluttered because I no longer have them, clearly. And I will tell you what I did with them and why. So for the first 2 months of 2019, I did not declutter anything, at least according to what I tracked in my beauty tracker. And March was the first month I did so. Now, I decluttered the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Tea Rose. And apparently they don't make these lip glosses anymore, which makes me kind of sad because I quite liked the formula. My problem with this was, first off, the scent was like meh for me, but that wasn't it. It was just a color I never wore. Ever wore. I had it for like 2 years, wore it like 5 times. And I think half those times wasn't outside, it was just trying them out on my lips. It was too bright pink for me. It wasn't an everyday color, and I wasn't into dramatic colors then, and even now I wouldn't want something that pink. So yeah, whenever I wanted a lip gloss, I'd reach for another one. So yeah, nice formula. It had 11 mils of product, which is insane because most lip glosses have 3 or 4. I tried to use up one. It didn't work out. You'll see later. It's in this video. So in April, I decluttered another NYX product. However, this was the eyebrow cake powder. I did not declutter the entirety of this. I took out the one shade I liked, and then I didn't use the wax. I didn't find it kept my brows in place. It just kind of made them look shiny and greasy. And the other color was far too warm and yellow toned. I do really like that powder. However, I wouldn't buy it for the other 2 things I don't like in there. In that same month, I decluttered the LA Colors Pout Lip Gloss in the shade Mwah! Exclamation point. Kind of a weird name. If you have seen my Back to Broadway Project Pan, you know I am panning one of those lip glosses from that same line in the shade Pucker Up, I believe. My mom got them for free somewhere. She gave them to me because she doesn't wear lip gloss. And I can make the like really light clearish one work, like it's fine, but the formula first off, it smells kind of plasticky. Formula isn't good enough that I wanted to keep it because I don't wear dark lip glosses typically, especially back then. And it was kind of streaky, so wasn't really into that. I tried to make it work, didn't like it. There was nothing about it I liked, honestly, so I had to throw it away because I had it for like a year or nearly 2. How old is the one I have now? Anyway, anyways, I didn't want to give it to someone else, so I threw it away. I didn't know what else to do. I just didn't want it. I try not to throw things away. I've been trying to more recently, especially, but sometimes it's like This is a bad product. What else am I supposed to do with it? In May, I decluttered the Almay mascara. I did not buy it. My mom did. She bought like 2 because they're on sale. She tried one. She's like, oh, this sucks. And I was like, well, I'll try the other one that's unopened just to see if I like it. Boy, did it suck. First off, it added no volume, no length. It had barely a bit of like color, and then it just flaked. And I'm like, I can't even use you on natural days because you can't even stay in place. So what is your purpose? So in that same month, I decluttered the EcoTools Mini Lime Green Sponge. It came in the set with a bigger one. The bigger one is really nice and soft. The small one is like a rock. Kind of weird that they have different, not formulations, but you get what I mean. So I would suggest buying the single EcoTools sponge, not the duo, because the small one I find is just bad. But that's my experience. I bought like 2 of those duos, and both of the small ones are bad, so yeah. In June, I decluttered the LA Girl purple eyeshadow quad. I can't remember the color. I gave it to my sister because her favorite color is purple, and I thought, well, she only has one eyeshadow palette. Maybe she'll enjoy using it because I already have some purples, and whenever I reach for purple, I reach for other palettes, except for that the darkest matte purple in that palette, I did really like, but I didn't think it was worth keeping if I only used one of the shades. In July, I decluttered the Physicians Formula hashtag InstaReady Concealer. It is in a little pump, so good thing about that because I could give it to someone else. I gave it to my friend who is a little more tan than I am because it was a pump. I thought it was a little more hygienic. I wouldn't declutter like a doe foot applicator concealer to someone else. I would just make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't find that very hygienic. Like lip products and anything with a doe foot, I don't want to give to anyone else after it's like touched my face, my acne, my, you know, maybe that's just me. But the color was way too dark for me. It had a lot of coverage, but it pumped too much for me to be able to mix it with a lighter color. It just was so much that I'm like, I can't mix it or else I'll have way too much concealer. I tried using it as a foundation. It was just too thick for me. And also still too yellow toned and too dark. I tried making it work for so long and I couldn't. It was just not my color. And so that just kind of ruined it. Very thick and very full coverage though. For my under eyes, I was like, oh, sweet. Too bad it's yellow. You win some, you lose some, right? Now in the month of July, this is the sad story. My other NYX lip gloss was in the shade Beige. I loved that thing to death. See, I didn't wear the other one. This one I loved so much because it was like this beautiful, everyday pink, nudish pink lip gloss that wasn't too light for me. I really, really enjoyed the formula and I really, really enjoyed the color. So I was going on a plane to my family reunion and clumsy me was putting my liquids back into my toiletry bag, and when I got to my hotel, I realized the lip gloss was not there. So it must have fallen out in the airport. The frustration and sadness I felt made me so mad. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It was probably for the best because it was getting older and I wanted to finish it. And I was starting to see the light of day inside and I was like, oh, I'm actually making progress. But it had so much product. Like I said earlier, 11 mils of product. I would have never been able to finish that. Like, I probably would still be working on it now. But they don't sell it anymore, so it's fine. You know, it's fine. Now, in August, I decluttered my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation for a similar reason to the Physicians Formula Concealer. Now, that range is a lot better, but in stores, their lightest color is way too dark for me. LC1, too dark and too yellow. I liked the formula, but I found that it made me realize I don't like foundation. So it was helpful in that sense because now I don't wear foundation, I don't buy foundation. Save money there. I found that it kind of settled into my lines right here and I didn't really like that look, but I did like the formula on the rest of my skin, but it was just too dark for me, so I gave it to my mom who's darker than me because I figured she might try it out because she wears foundation every day. So now for September, I believe I decluttered my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. However, I somehow did not write that down at all. And I know I decluttered it because I gave it to my mom. Like, it's down the hall. But I gave it to her because I realized I hadn't been using it. It was really neglected. There was one summer I wore it like every day. But I realized I didn't really like it as much because I loved the glow it provided. It was just a little too warm and orangey for my skin tone. I didn't like it on my face anymore. So I gave it to my mom, who's a little bit deeper and a little bit more warm tone, and it looks really good on her. I love the like glow on her cheeks. She seems to be enjoying it because that's the only blush she uses. She's one of those people who uses one blush until it's like dead. She was using one and it had big pan, but it was like starting to get like hard pan and it was just old. So I was like, hey, I have one that's not as loved. So it made me happy that I could give it to someone who would actually use it because it was getting really neglected in my collection. Now in that same month, another frustrating thing happened. I was panning the Essence lip liner in the shade Cute Pink, one of my favorite lip products as well. And it was like this big. I had so little left. I was like, I can finish it this month or the next month. I was like, I'm so close. So I brought it in my backpack to reapply throughout the day. And being so tiny, I guess it fell out. So, a lip product lost. Of course, it's always the ones I love. And they don't make that anymore either. They don't make that shade. Couldn't find it on any website. Now for October, I decluttered the Wentworld highlight in the shade Precious Petals. Now these are from their like Mega Glow line that got really popular, the $5 highlighters. I really liked the formula, however, the shade was too dark for me. So a while, I used it in several of my Franken eyeshadows, actually the ones I'm still using up, and I used it as a blush topper, but it's really golden, so blush topper? How does that make sense, you know? And I noticed my sister was running out of highlighters, like she had like a little sliver on the edges of her pan, and so I was like, hey, I have a highlighter that's too dark for me, and she's a little more tan, and it looks a lot better on her than it does on me. It doesn't leave a weird stripe, so yeah, another item that I'm glad I could give to someone who could use it better. Also in October, I decluttered my Real Techniques blush brush, and I gave it to my sister as well. She uses it with the highlighter to like add a glow to her cheeks. I used that with the Milani blush that I gave to my mom, and I also used it for bronzer, but I noticed that I hadn't used it in like a year, or I just stopped using it one day. I guess I no longer liked it for the look I was trying to achieve. It's a good brush. Especially when I got rid of that blush that I really liked it for, I was like, I don't need this anymore. I don't use it. So I gave it to someone who would. So in November, I decluttered the Blistex lip balm, I believe in the flavor Strawberry Lemonade Blast or something. So my mom got this for free at one point. She gave it to me because she's like, I won't want any flavor scented thing in my lip balm. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And once I used up a certain lip balm, I like opened it up. Oh, stinkiest lip balm I've ever tried. It like, I open it and it stinks up the whole car with its awful like medicinal fake candy sweet smell. I'm a determined person, so I tried using it for like a day. First off, didn't even add good moisture, so what the heck, dude? And second off, I couldn't take the smell. With my lips right here, my nose right here, I couldn't, so I had to throw it away. I was like, this is awful, and I can't even think of anyone who I'd want to give this to. I don't dislike anyone enough to give this awful lip balm to. Anyways, that is what I decluttered in 2019. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!